What is going on, guys and girls? How are you doing today? It's Single Roleplay here once again, and today I want to share some thoughts on my open beta of Mortal Shell, the new action RPG, which is being developed by the Cold Symmetry, a small company created by some video game industry veterans. They have been developing this action RPG Souls-like game for the last 3 years. So the game has been in a closed beta for a while, and then they just released it in an open beta, hopefully to get some more feedback, I guess. And so I was able to play it for about 2 days now. And there's just a very short demo, actually, just a couple of areas, like 2-3 areas there in the game, with a couple of bosses there. But you can also feel a lot of things about the game, how it plays, how it functions, how does it relate to the Dark Souls. So I'm ready to show you guys some thoughts on this. So does it play like Dark Souls? Absolutely yes. This is probably the closest Dark Souls-like game I've ever seen, and I know there are quite a few of them, like Surge, Naya, and Sekiro, but the majority of them like From Software, which actually developed Dark Souls. But this is not From Software game. This is like an absolutely separate company, which at the same time developed the game, which is extremely close to the Dark Souls. This is like as much Dark Souls as you can get in a not a Dark Souls From Software game. So there are similar mechanics. There are absolutely the same, let's say, controls, the same, like the powerful attack, the small attack, the running attack, sprinting, blocking. Blocking is called hardening in this game, and when you press your block, you kind of harden, turn into stone, and you completely block the attack. There are many cool mechanics, like let's say you can harden just after you attack. So the poise in this game is really intense and hard to counter. So whenever you get hit, you probably will never hit back. So if you hit, you can harden and land a guaranteed hit while not being hit yourself. There's also pretty standard Dark Souls stuff like parrying. At the same time, it's I would say quite complicated, and I was unable to parry that much myself. There's also kind of the casual things like the stamina and life bar, and the different weapons also deplete stamina in different speed. There's also things like Souls-like, which you gather from the defeated enemies, but they are called tar, so you get the tar instead of souls. And also another thing which called glimpse. Glimpse is, I would say, something like special souls, something like big that allows you to unlock even bigger powers and bigger skills. Overall, I can say that the demo is very limited in terms of how you feel the game, for reasons, because the demo, I think, has been designed in a way to give super hardcore Dark Souls players the harsh experience. For the newbie player, it's extremely hard to play, and you basically die all the time. The combat is extremely hard, and you like a couple of hits and you're dead. Another thing that is cool about the game is the shell system. That's why the game is called Mortal Shell. So by default, you run like a hollowed guy, pretty much without any armor or weapons, and then you discover some kind of a corpse, and you just wear the whole corpse on you, which is like a shell, which is pretty much like a whole set of armor along with weapons on you. So this is the shell system. But you don't really know how to use this shell properly, so you are just swinging your sword, but you have no special powers, no special attacks, special skills, absolutely nothing. So first you need to kind of discover the powers of your shell by finding specific let's say items from the monsters and from the surroundings, which allows you to research more on your shell so they can actually utilize the powers of the shell. There are different shells. I found two so far. One is kind of this you see that kind of a knight shell, and there's another one which is like a thief shell as well in the next level. So that's pretty cool. I mean, each shell also has different durability, different attack power, and you know, if some shell gives you like insane amount of endurance and stamina, and this one is kind of a versatile fighter shell. So shells is like a whole set of armor, a weapon, and at the same time a set of skills, I believe, which is tied to the shell. Unfortunately, I was not able to research any cool skills because it takes tar. There's a special NPC that allows you to research the skill on your shell, but the amount of tar that you need is quite high, which is kind of equals to the amount of souls that you get. And since you die all the fucking time in this demo, I wasn't able to really research anything that deep in the game. So the overall feeling about the game is it's really awesome. I think it has a lot of potential. At the same time, the price is really low. It's like a little over $10 on Epic Store right now. This is both an Epic Store and Steam, but I think on Epic Store it will be released earlier. For Steam, I think it's set in like 2021, but for the Epic Store, it's like 2020. So probably by the end of the year that will be released. What I like about this game, like to summarize, right? There are a few cool features, like the shell system, the amount of things that you can gather around these levels is pretty nice. There's also some things like let's say mushroom that heals you, and the mushroom can actually grow. So you pick up the mushroom, and then if you die, like you come to this place and the mushroom is still growing there, so you just need to spend more time to let mushroom grow so you can take it back and recover it as well. What I don't like is the absence of healing sources outside of very specific things like gathering mushrooms and powerful healing techniques like riposte. So one thing in this game which really annoys me is that the pairing is pretty much, I think, is a very important part of the game, and at the same time there is an even more powerful technique called riposte, which allows you to heal. Another healing source is basically dying, actually, because when your HP depletes to 0, you leave your shell, you've been kicked out of the shell, and you run as a hollowed again. And once you get back into the shell, your life is replenished to full. But if you like, let's say, kicked out of the shell twice, you die. So you have like a free resurrection every time you start the game, and then you just permanently rip and start from the beginning of the area. This is pretty cool, and at the same time a bit too hardcore for my taste, because, you know, there is no Estus flask in the game, so there you have. I haven't found any sources of healing whatsoever. Like super hardcore game. Every monster hits very hard. It's very hard to counterattack. It's very hard to parry. Outside of the wise blocking and dodging, it's really hard to survive. About the dodging, I really like how dodge functions in this game. I'm not sure if there will be any stats like agility in Dark Souls and shit, but what I like so far in this game is how easy it is to dodge. If you're really good at dodging in Dark Souls, then dodging in Mortal Shell will be even easier, because it's just like if you roll even without, even outside of the stamina, you will most likely dodge 100%. You will not get hit. So dodging is definitely way easier. So overall, the game has a lot of potential, and aside from the very hard fights and extremely hardcore experience, I think everyone will have a lot of times. But if you didn't enjoy Dark Souls, you will definitely will not enjoy this game, because I believe this game is designed to be a little ahead of the Dark Souls experience, because, you know, when people look at this game, they obviously feel like, hey, this is Dark Souls. Yeah, I know how it plays. I will have an easy time here. You will not. So what they try to design is to design something ahead of Dark Souls, something harder, something definitely more challenging than Dark Souls, and the combat in this game is very challenging. So it's really hard to progress, and bosses just insane. Like the bosses are just insane. There's like 3 bosses that I've seen in this demo, and I could not defeat even one of them. Because it requires really like 5 minutes of pure dodge skills. It's so fucking hard in this game. So yeah, if you are bad at dodging, if you're bad at Dark Souls, I do not recommend wasting your money in this game. But if you feel like you really like this hardcore edge and you need more extra challenge, if you are a Dark Souls veteran, can definitely recommend, especially at the cheap price in the Epic Store right now. I pre-ordered the game already, and I can't wait to see the full game, and I want to see the whole system, the whole picture of the skills, the attributes, all that stuff. I want to see this, what else the game offers to me aside from being this super hardcore oriented Dark Souls clone, I guess, of a kind. So these are my thoughts on the game, guys. I really hope you liked it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.